Hello, my people. Hello, once again. I'm energetic, passionate, and ready to talk about something that has been on my mind. I really want to inspire somebody today who has been going through those few months of recovery, or somebody who feels like going back into the addiction. Today, I'm not going to talk about gambling alone. I'm going to talk about alcoholism. I'm going to talk about mirror, any addiction that you are in. Specifically the first days, it was tough, specifically tough for me. It was just a period where I was told that my mom is dead. It was just a period where I was homeless. I didn't even have a shoe. I didn't even have clothes. No money on me. I had to go back to the village and live with my dad. It was a tough time. And I know there is somebody who is going through the same period. You might be in jail. You might be in the streets. You might wherever you are at. I just want to promise you one thing. Hang in there. Don't give up. Things will work out. God will work it out. That has been my biggest philosophy. I mean, Matthew, in the book of Matthew, in the Bible, it says that these two shall pass. It says that one day you will understand why this is happening. I had gone through a lot of crashing. And specifically now, the crashing that was there is now that my mom is gone. I have nothing on me. I have to go back into the village. Remember, I have a degree with me. I have not even utilized it. I know my friends have gone on in life. I have nothing, literally nothing. I was a crushed person who had tried suicide in all angles. But here I was now. I had to sacrifice a few months to make sure that I live the rest of my world as a champion. You see, Muhammad Ali said one thing, that he hated every part of his training because it was painful maybe. But then he decided one thing, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That is the same mentality I want to give you today. You might be out there. The world has gone against you. The world is crashing. You have lost your wife because of drinking. You have lost your husband because of drinking. You have lost your job because of drinking. Nobody is picking your calls anymore because you have conned all of them. I mean, everything is working against you. This is not the moment for you to continue worrying and whining and complaining and blaming everything on anybody and holding resentments. This is a time for you to go out there. Find your own Menlo Park. I want to talk about Menlo Park. Thomas Edison, the guy who made the bulbs, had a place called the Menlo Park. It was a room, a laboratory, where he would go with his team for months and weeks, spending time away from the noise and the pollution out there, to spend time there and concentrate on that work that would revolutionize the world. That is the same thing you need to do as an addict. Find a place where it is completely far away from the place you have been in, the clubs, wherever you have been at. Find a place completely far. It might be going back into the village. People will laugh at you because you're going back to the village. People might laugh at you because now you have lost everything. But remember, you are thinking big. You have to do these painful things for a few months and then live the rest of your life as a champion. One thing you have to realize is that you are in a hole. I found myself in that hole and I realized one thing. If I keep digging the hole, definitely it will keep getting worse. But if I can find my way and ask myself if I'm going to go up, then it will be better. It's like being bitten by a snake when I'm here. If I continue staying down there, one thing I'm assured of is I'm going to die. But if I can continue walking and hurting, eventually I might get somebody who is going to help me get to the hospital, or I might even get an ambulance. Who knows? That is the same mentality you need to have. You have lost your job. Going back to drinking and gambling, thinking that is going to bring back the job, that is an insanity. That is an insane way of thinking. You see, most of us as addicts, we keep on thinking about the things we have lost, the money we lost, the time we lost, the opportunities we have lost, the years we have lost. Some of us didn't even have time with our families. Our wives cannot see us anymore. Our husbands cannot see us anymore. I know there are fathers and mothers now who even their own kids have gone against them. They don't want to see them anywhere in their lives, even in their graduation or their wedding ceremonies. There they have gone. If you continue living that life, it's going to mess up things even more. Nothing bad that addiction would make worse. So make the decision today. Go on while hurting. It will be painful, I promise you. Not physical pain, but emotional pain, specifically these first few days. You will feel like gambling. You will feel like drinking. But when you always remember how you came in when you came in the program. I feel like most of us who relapse don't have that burning desire. Like a lion after a gazelle. You see, when a lion is running after a gazelle, Even if there are other 20 gazelles, it will focus on that one gazelle until it gets hold of it. That's the same mentality you have to have if you want to beat addiction. That you have that burning desire. No matter what, I am going to get that. It doesn't matter how many times you have fallen. Actually, Kobe Bryant said one thing. Legends are not defined by their successes. They are defined by how many times they fall and still rise up again. This is the moment for you to rise up again. Stop whining. Stop complaining. That is not what legends do. You see, every master was once a beginner. Every amateur, every professional was once an amateur. So every recovery guru was once a messed up soul. This is the moment for you. When you are an underdog, maybe God is shielding you away from so much things. You have messed up already. Maybe he shielded you to mess up around a few people because the levels he's taking you to, you can't go with the same version of you that you are in right now. So focus on you. Find your own low pack. Go back into the village. Ask yourself why you have been messing up. Like I always say, Tim Grover always says that when you fall, when you go down there, stay down for a minute. Ask yourself why you messed up. Then make a big comeback. Otherwise, if you fall and you make a comeback immediately, you still make the same mistakes and you still lose the opportunities you lost and the jobs and the people you lost. So make the decision today. I want to give you something. The Chinese bamboo tree takes 5 years before it breaks up the ground. The Chinese always water it. For 5 good years, they have seen no result, but they keep watering the plant. Can you imagine? This is the most interesting part. That after 5 years, it only takes 5 months for the tree to go 90 feet high. That's the most important thing that you need to know. These months that you're taking, when you are hopeless, when nobody is cheering you, when you're alone, the successful people most of the time, specifically in recovery, have to take time alone. And that is, you have to take time alone. Those moments when you are alone, those moments when you feel like defeated, but you keep waking up. Those moments when you feel like today I don't want to keep on going, but I see you say that I'm going to take it a day at a time. Eventually, they are going to know your name. Eventually, they will start seeing the progress. See, like that bamboo tree, don't worry. Keep watering the plant. Keep attending meetings. Keep being honest. Keep at it. Stop drinking. Make sure that you keep on keeping on, specifically on gambling, specifically on drinking. You are not doing these things. Eventually, after a few months, you will have enough strength to keep on pushing. One other thing, motivation will start you off, but discipline is what is going to keep you committed. You see, there are so many things I do every day. I wake up so early. I do meditation. I make up my bed in the right manner. I exercise every morning when I wake up because exercise helps in a big way. And we are going to talk about that in the next episode. Exercise helps in a big way. So, first few days, most of us, specifically when we are starting the year, this is an example. Most of us wake up with goals, having written goals and dreams that I want to achieve this year. But when you get to March or April, or even some of us, even the start after a few months, after a few weeks of January, we have already given up on the dreams because we just did them out of motivation. We were motivated during 31st that this is my year. This is the year I'm going to crush the goals. But because I never had the burning desire like the lion after a bull, the bulldog after a cat, eventually I mess up on the day. Those things which are difficult every single day when you wake up. That's how you're going to build yourself. You have to exercise. You have to do tough things every single day. You have to apologize to people. You have to be honest enough. The more you do these things, eventually you're going to be like that bamboo tree. You're going to grow 90 feet tall even for a few weeks. And people are going to say that you're an overnight success in recovery. There is nothing like overnight success. And one thing you need to realize is that shortcut success may be brought in by luck, but sustainable success that is going to last for long can only be brought in through hard work and sheer determination. That is the determination I want you to have as an addict. That is the determination I want you to have as that person who is going through a tough situation. I know there is a young man out there, I can feel it, who is going through a tough situation, who has lost it all due to addiction. But if you keep on drinking, if you keep on gambling, the more you are going to lose. Make that decision now. Hang in there, keep at it. If you sit and hang in the barber chairs long enough, this is one thing I love. If you hang in the barber chair long enough, eventually you're going to get that haircut. Work. Even if you don't get to see results, you're going to be better. Work again. If you don't get results, at least you'll be somewhere better next year. Let's say you lost your wife today because of the drinking. If you continue crying and staying there and thinking of suicide, and maybe that suicide will never be actualized, one thing you are going to get for sure is that you're going to attract even worse of women. You're going to attract hating yourself and so many other bad things, which brings you to one point. On December from now, which is maybe 4 or 5 months from now, you'll be in a worse off situation from the one you are now. And the woman who left you will be clapping in another man's arms, celebrating that they left you. But if you make the decision to continue hurting without the woman and make the decision that I am not going to focus on myself, on people I lost in my life because of addiction. Yes, ask yourself, why did I lose them? I lost them because of the drinking. I lost them because of the gambling. So let me change my ways. Let me be honest enough. One thing you're going to be assured of, you're not going to be in the same situation you are in come December. You're going to be in a better off places. You're going to attract even better off people. And you're going to realize that maybe they were not even the people that God wanted you to have in your own life. Make that decision right now. It's temporary pain for permanent success. Let's talk about the bodybuilders, or these people who go into the gym. You are going to, I run, I exercise, I lift up the weights. I may get in the gym. Most of us, the reason as to why we are not consistent when it comes to the gym, because we expect that after 1 month, we are going to be having the six-pack. It's not going to be possible. But the belief and that idea that one day I will get to the six-pack, one day I will be better, one day my body will be better in terms of size, that belief that day will come is what keeps us going. And eventually, after months, after years, you are going to get a six-pack and the body will be in shape. That is the same mentality. When you get into recovery, things might not shape up immediately. Your parents may not immediately trust you. Your workplace may not even pick you back. But days and days, when they go on and on in recovery, eventually you're going to get these things back. But you have to go through the pain initially. That's why you have to teach yourself to be a person who operates in chaos, who, even if you're losing whatever it takes, you make that desire and decision that I'm going to gamble again, I'm not going to drink again. That is the decision I want you to make right now. Make that decision right now. Remember what Jesus was always teaching people. If you're going to get born again, if you're going to get to know God, it doesn't mean that the storms will go. It doesn't mean that the storms will fade. But one thing you are assured of is that God will help you through the process. That's the same mentality you're going to understand when you get into recovery. Even if your life is not coming back, even if your job is not coming back, whatever it takes, eventually, you're going to recover. You're going to get these things even in a better way. The book of Joel says that God is going to bring back all the years that were lost by the locust. And you're going to enjoy that which was even stolen from your ancestors and your mom and your dads. Some of us are winning wars our parents didn't win. Some of us are winning wars our grandfathers didn't win. That's why maybe the enemy has been attacking us that much. So make that decision now that no matter what, I am going to recover. Be like that bodybuilder that no matter what is happening, eventually the muscles will build up. And muscles grow through exercise. That's the same thing. Recovery will only grow through exercise. You have to work for it. Nobody is going to handle to just give you the recovery. Nobody is just going to give you recovery. Nobody is going to give you the job. They say the power, you have to go after it. That's the same thing when it comes to recovery. You have to attend meetings. You have to forgive people. You have to do things which you have never done before for you to recover. And you have to take something I call the APR. Taking absolute personal responsibility of your life. You see, your parents might have been the reason as to why you are messed up, but you have the responsibility on how you're going to respond to it. Most of the situations that are stressing you up, it's not the situation that is stressing you up. It's the way you interpret the situation that is stressing you. Somebody can go through a tough past, like William Hollis, the great motivational speaker, whose mom was an addict, whose dad is still in jail and jailed for life, whose grandmother owned a crack house where he used to sell drugs, but took that and used all that pain for his own good. That's the same mentality. Whatever you have gone through, that pain, why should you give up after going through all that pain? At least get a reward for it. Why should you run for 29 kilometers and you are running a race that goes for 30 kilometers and only give up in the last lap? You don't know when success is going to come. You don't know when you're going to win it. Just give it one more day. Give it one more day. Drop that drink. Drop that mogoka. And drop that mirror. Drop that cocaine. Drop that whatever has been pushing you backwards. You can only go far if you drop it down. And like I said, there's one man who said that change is impossible. That progress is impossible without change. And those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. One other thing I want to tell you, Shakespeare, the great writer, said one thing, that nothing is until thinking makes it so. Hermann Hesse, the German poet, says it so well, that he believes totally that any event, good or bad, it can be turned to bring in a great fortune. And one last one, the great motivation speaker Wayne Dyer says that it's never too late to have a happy childhood. So much might have happened, so much traumatic situations might have happened, but you have the ability to change the trajectory of your life, to change the trajectory of a family, and even to change the trajectory of your society. It's starting with you. That's why the enemy has been attacking you that much. You're worth it sober. Hang in there. My name is Mark Justin Kamau. Subscribe to my channel. Call me, my number 0712 303860. Follow me on my social media platforms, Mark Justin Kamau. I love you. Keep at it. Keep on keeping on. You're worth it sober. And this is not the day for you to continue giving up. I love you, my people.